Hi everyone. So on Invent or Don't Invent Facebook page that I created, um, there was a post of a sluice box, and I always try to add this extension invent or don't invent, meaning this idea, or I'm sorry, this invention is already out, so there's a bunch of them available online, and people buy them to go and gold prospect and find actual gold and stuff like that, right? So what I kind of did is I was thinking about this because I went gold panning and gold prospecting with a friend of mine. His name is Jeff. Um, Back in Riverside, I moved in. I live now in Redding, California. But he took me out. We went out. We went to San Gabriel Mountains and in California, and we did a little bit of digging and watched some YouTube videos about sluice boxing and things like that. But as we were kind of doing it, um, this the format or the way that this works is basically you put this in the creek like this. So you put it up like this, you set it up, you put the water can basically flow in, and you put the dirt, and then it cleans it out, and then the gold gets stuck in these little ridges. Um, and basically you just keep adding dirt, and then the gold will eventually get stuck in these little ridges like you see here. This is a another example of it catching it, but my idea was, people will then have to pick this up out of the water, remove this little bolt thing, and then like clean it out, clean all the gold in here, and then set it back up, and that can take away from your day if you're just trying to, hurry up and classify material to to later on go and pan, to pan the gold out. And one thing that I kind of thought was, well, this is a diet figure sketch diagram of an existing idea. I don't know what idea. I just got it from Google Images. So this is an existing um, sluice box, and basically this is how it comes out. This is how it comes apart. It has the mat, the screen, and then the ridges. They're like 45 um, degree angle, so that catches the gold and stuff like that. But then you have to keep doing that. So my idea was like, what if there was something like this where um, I was thinking where this will like basically come up a little bit, take your material, and they'll flush it like this way, and then it'll basically get filtered with the water that's coming in into a bottom section type of thing. That, or a like a bag or net or something over here that will basically allow you to um, flush this out easily. Um, that was one of the ideas that I kind of had for for this to easily clean it out. I think the main thing for us when we went was actually setting this thing up. Um, there's times when, because you have to set it like at a certain angle, see how it is kind of here. Um, and most of the time it's slanted down, like going down, um, and things like that. Uh, Obviously people have thought of different things, which I'll get into a little bit later in this video. Um, but let me see. One example that I wanted to show, if I could find an image of this sluice box. This is not really a good example for um, what I'm trying to kind of show, but this kind of is here because it goes from, it goes basically, what's happening here is if I could get one of these see, and I haven't, some other stuff here I haven't even like really read, but um basically, say the water, you basically set this a little bit higher, and as you go, as this extends, the further this extends, every foot it has to drop like an inch, I believe, or something like that. um I don't know, I'm not really certain, I'm not certain about the measurements and things like that. um but one thing that I kind of thought was, um that I think everyone would find interesting, that's out there gold panning and prospecting and stuff like that. See, like the old timers, these guys used to do it big. They had a big sluice box. These guys were not playing around. These guys were not playing little Mickey Mouse games. These guys were about their business. You know what I mean? Look at all this stuff. Like, we don't even have all this right now. We just have a little sluice box. And usually that's what we go with when we're prospecting, is a little shovel, bucket, few buckets, and these little things. Um, so I'm trying to look for an image where I could kind of show you guys um, some of the ideas that I have. See, like, I think this this here would be a good example. Um, this is something that we kind of had to deal with, and I know the image is very blurry, but basically, like, getting it stuck, getting it so it won't like float away. So what I was thinking, you know, um, wood floats. Okay, so wood floats. Everyone knows that, right? Everyone knows that, especially in water. So what I was thinking was to do something like this. Wood always floats, right? Everyone understands that concept. So now take like a piece of wood like this, for example, or some foam or something, something like that, and then imagine that over this. So now all you have to do is put it in the creek, and it's already leveled. It's already positioned where you want it. It's already dropping at the proper um, diameter depth that is actually required by professionals that do this for for a living and stuff like that. Um, so now all you would have to do is get like a string here and here, and put some sandbags or a rock, and basically the this thing will will be like in the center, like a boat. Um, and yeah, it might like wave like zigzag or wave back and forth, but with, with some tie downs or an anchor like a boat, for example, I think that would be a great way to not hassle a lot with this type of thing. Was my kind of idea as well. Um, so yeah, that was another idea that I kind of had for that for um, people that are out there that you know that don't really want to deal with this. This here, these guys have the right concept because now all you have to do here is like get like a lever or like one of those things like a nut like this little thing here, and basically you could you know raise this or lower it. Um, but then if one rock is there and it's in the way, and that's always gonna give you problems. So I think like a piece of wood, whether I don't know, someone would have to like create it and like design it and things like that. But obviously this is higher. You can see from here to here, it's like 3 inches high, and then this goes lower. But maybe it's the same depth. I don't know. But anyway, so that was that for for that idea. See, these people have to do the same thing because it what tends to happen is the water's going this way, and this is trying to go with the current. So if you have some two ropes, put a rock over here, and it's not going anywhere. You have your piece of wood there and there, and the pieces of wood will keep it afloat. I don't know if it's a good idea. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. But maybe it could have another tie down or something creative, or maybe just one here and here, one over here and one over here. I'm not sure. Um, so that was an idea for the sluice box, and then obviously um, something like this to quickly clean this out, flush it out with a bag or something over here will where you're obviously not trying to you're not stupid, you're not gonna let your gold fly out and escape, so you're gonna come up with something creative, something that will really catch it, right? But I was thinking something fast, simple, without energy because you don't want the thing breaking. I don't know if this is a good idea because of the sand and things like that. I understand, but it was just the idea, the concept, and I'm sure someone can really think this through and come up with a better solution or make it work. And when you're out there, it will make your job easier and faster, and classify more dirt. And then you could always take the stuff that you're going to pan, the gold, the actual gold where the gold's at, and do that at home with in your garage with the light. And you could do it in the middle of the night or whatever. Um, okay, so let me read this real quick just to refresh my memory. I just wrote this and I threw it up there. I put problem with modern sluice box. Um, Miners of placer goal need to adjust and readjust the sluice box. Okay. Solution: to skip having to clean out the sluice box over and over again, and simply cloth, plastic, rubber, something there can be placed over the edges that create the riffles. Once it gets filled and needs cleaning, simply remove the cloth and add a new one. So basically, like I was saying, so now you're dealing with the cloth. This I seen one right now. There's a yeah right here. This these are like sponges basically, and the gold gets stuck in it. So instead of cleaning it out right there, you would just be exchanging it and throwing that in a bucket and cleaning it out in your garage or something later on. Um, so that was that. Another method to reduce clogging will be to add magnets in the first section. It will separate black sand from something, add and lighter material. So basically, here I thought of like these old timers. They had um, like these long sluice boxes. They weren't like this, like something so fast. Like everything's just gonna get flushed out right away, right? But these guys had something that was super long and far, you know, and it gave the dirt more time to like really um, go down and get filtered out in a way. So um, what I was thinking is magnets will basically take away from the clogging of the of your sluice box little thingamajiggers, these things here, and that's where the gold usually tends to get stuck. But my other theory was if this was covered with black sand, the black sand will act like a cloth. In my opinion, I don't know if it will work or not. And basically, that's like um, magnet magnet uh, with black sand. I don't know. Let me see. I'm trying to do this real fast so you guys can kind of get an idea of what I'm trying to do. So like this. Oh shoot! I actually clicked on a store, but something like this. Okay. So now you have a bunch of this stuff sticking out like that, and then I don't know if it'll work, but like now you have these things sticking up like this magnetic force, and it might not do anything, but it's like soft. And so when you put your gravel and your dirt, it'll go through this blanket of this black sand, and then it will be so magnetized, and energy could be used in for more advanced mining companies. But for a lower scale, this probably won't be a good idea because this will probably just eventually just get flushed out too. Um, so this will be the first section, and then the 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 useless gravel will go out. This is kind of useless too, but it could be sold as well. This black sand, magnetic sand. Um, so that's good too. But anyway, um, so that was that with the floating thing. Um, this is a good way to take this out. This people make these little things. They actually sell them. I actually made one too by looking at some videos, and basically people just basically get like a stick, put a magnet in there, rare earth magnet, and then they get this stuff out because it's super heavy and it's usually found with the gold. That's why in these images, um, see here, you'll see this here is magnetic. No, yeah, it's attracted to the magnet. This black sand, the gold obviously isn't. Um, so that's one way to prevent your the sluice thing from getting clogged up. Anyway, so that was one idea or whatever ideas, right? Um, the other idea I had was okay, say for example, you have all these machines, all these different sluice boxes, and I remember I showed you guys one where it was like kind of zigzagged, and it was like a different design in a way. And I can't find it, but it's basically what I'm trying to say is, you go and you find these different these different designs, and imagine, for example, if you will, um, using this sluice box, but doing it in a safe area, like your, I don't know, like your house or something. Like, let me see, I'm sorry, I know I'm moving this mouse a lot and scrolling a lot, but see, like something like this. So now you're at your house and you're doing it safely. Your goal is not gonna go anywhere. So imagine if you had like a big gallon of nothing but gold dust and placer gold and stuff like that. Imagine you running that placer gold from here like you usually would, and just to see how much will actually fall out as a science experiment, because you're not going to lose your gold. It's going to land in your container. You know what I mean? So now you'll be able to see if this is really um, effective or not, like if it's really working or not, and then if it is, at what degree, and then running different type of experiments to see and monitor which would be the best to catch the most gold, and then you take that design out to the actual river or creek or wherever you're trying to prospect. Because what if you did have that gallon of gold, you're not going to lose it, right? I already said that you're not going to lose it. It's going to go in here, but you're going to see how it gets caught and what works. So now when you go out here, you're not wasting your time, and you know for a fact that you're definitely collecting it. And maybe these people already did that. Maybe this is the best way to go. Um, I'm not saying it isn't, but I'm just saying, if if you have a bunch of gold, um, and especially for these bigger companies that are running these type of machines, then these people will probably be a lot more interested, because these guys are actually catching a lot of gold, and these guys do not want to waste a dollar. They do not want to waste their time. So this is the kind of people I'm talking about too. And for serious gold miners, I'm not trying to talk to people that are just trying to do it as a little hobby, but if you were, then you know for certain that you wouldn't be wasting your time, right? So yeah, that concept would be great as well for gold miners, and and things like that. So yeah, that's basically all I had um, with this. I think basically like the first few ideas with a piece of wood will probably be the best, just to anchor it down, hold it steady, and things like that. This is what usually happens with these little things, and the gold gets stuck in here because it's heavy and it can't go up here. It just gets stuck in here and it just swirls around or whatever. But see, like this one is like this one is like a 90-degree angled one. So there's different types of designs, and I don't know, um, but you if you this is something that interests you and that you're interested in it, and this is in your field and your likes, then maybe you will find it easier or more better to do what I'm kind of talking about. And anyone could do it. Anyone can modify this sluice box, and if it works, and as effectively as just putting it on the in the creek like this with the pieces of wood like I was talking about, then that could be something that you could share with your friends and even on YouTube like I am, and that way, we could um, catch catch more gold, and um, we could sell it, maybe even make a living doing this, um, for those that are interested, right? Um, but yeah, like look at this. There's different designs, different styles. So like, which one really works? Which one doesn't? You know. So I don't know if these people actually, had a bunch of gold and they ran it through here and they kind of, discovered, oh, this is a better way to catch gold because this is the way that, like a river would actually act and stuff like that on, like on a churn or bending. Um, I don't know, but yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. That was basically all I had for this idea, um, for this sluice box idea. I'm not trying to make money off this idea. All I'm trying to do is help you find more gold, find it faster and more effectively. That way, you'll be a little bit more excited about going out there and with your little tools and actually finding something and something you could be proud of. So, yep, find that gold and go watch some gold videos. There's a bunch of them on YouTube. They'll teach you how to do this and a bunch of other things. So, yeah, that's basically it, man. Um, I'm trying to think if I forgot anything else. I don't think I did. Let me check my other um, thing here. So I showed you guys that. That's another idea. I'm going to be talking about this later on. Probably after this, actually. Um, yeah, so it's not this. It's not that. Yeah, but I have a bunch of other ideas in here. So if you're interested in this idea, go check these other ideas out. Um, but anyway, I can't find anything else here. But yeah, that was basically all I had. Um, unless if if you won't, yeah, that's it. So yeah, anyway, have a great day and God bless everyone. I hope you guys find this idea kind of interesting with the little wood thing, anchoring it down that way. If it works, let me know. If it doesn't, let me know. If you think it's a stupid idea, let me know. See this? These are probably like pieces of plastic, but this is what I was kind of talking about. But like wood. So it's simple. All you would have to do is like, I don't know, maybe put like some 90-degree angle brackets from the outside or something, and then put a 2x4, and then tossing that in the creek, that you're sluicing at or whatever. I don't know. Maybe someone will come up with a better idea or a better box or something. So let's let's grow together. Let's find that gold. Let's find that, what is it, that color, right? So yeah, God bless everyone. Bye.